Jack Smith, the special counsel investigating Donald Trump, is racing against time to secure a critical ruling from the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals before January 20th, 2025. The urgency stems from the potential for Trump to pardon key defendants in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case, which could render the case moot and obstruct efforts to reverse a controversial legal precedent established by Judge Aileen Cannon. Judge Cannon, a relatively new federal judge appointed by Trump, issued a decision that challenges 200 years of legal precedent by suggesting that special prosecutors, such as Jack Smith, are unconstitutional unless confirmed by the Senate and funded directly by Congress. This ruling contradicts long-standing interpretations of federal law, including the landmark Supreme Court case Nixon v. United States, which upheld the constitutionality of special counsels. Smith's legal team views overturning this precedent as imperative to preserving prosecutorial independence and preventing future attempts to delegitimize investigations of high-profile officials. Currently, the 11th Circuit is deliberating on the matter, with two remaining defendants, Walt Nauta, Trump's bodyguard, and Carlos de Oliveira, a Mar-a-Lago maintenance worker, facing charges related to alleged efforts to obstruct justice and conceal classified documents. However, Trump's ability to pardon these defendants on January 20th, if reelected, could effectively nullify the case and prevent the court from issuing a binding ruling. This makes the next few weeks a high-stakes battle for both sides. Jack Smith, fully aware of these dynamics, has submitted his final reports on both the Mar-a-Lago case and the Washington, D.C. election interference investigation to Attorney General Merrick Garland. These reports are expected to be published before the inauguration to ensure transparency and public accountability. At the same time, Smith has transferred the ongoing litigation to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Miami, led by Markenzie LaPointe, ensuring that the prosecution continues even as Smith's tenure ends. Markenzie LaPointe, the first Haitian-American U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida, is expected to hold the line against Trump's legal maneuvers. LaPointe's office will continue pressing the 11th Circuit to rule before January 20th, while simultaneously preparing for a potential Trump presidency that could upend the judicial process with mass pardons. LaPointe's tenure is also subject to change, as incoming presidents typically demand resignations from U.S. attorneys appointed by their predecessors. Thus, his ability to maintain control over the case hinges on whether he can retain his position past January 20th. While the Mar-a-Lago case dominates headlines, it is only one of several legal battles converging on Trump. The Second Circuit Court of Appeals recently ruled against him in the E. Jean Carroll defamation case, exposing Trump to potentially over $100 million in damages. Carroll, a journalist who accused Trump of sexual assault, has already secured a victory in one trial, and additional punitive damages may soon follow. Trump also faces the prospect of a $450 million civil fraud judgment in New York, stemming from allegations that he inflated asset values to secure favorable loans. The ruling, pending appeal, could devastate Trump's business empire and personal finances. In another high-profile case, Trump awaits sentencing in Manhattan after being convicted on charges related to hush money payments during the 2016 election. His legal team has filed motions to dismiss the case on procedural grounds, but the presiding judge could issue a sentencing decision before January 20th. Such a ruling could further complicate Trump's legal standing and political ambitions. Despite these mounting legal pressures, Trump and his allies are preparing for a sweeping wave of pardons if he returns to office. Reports indicate that thousands of pardons have already been drafted, targeting January 6th rioters, MAGA-aligned lawmakers, and former administration officials implicated in criminal investigations. Figures like Nauta and de Oliveira, who played pivotal roles in the Mar-a-Lago scandal, are expected to top the list. Trump's allies view these pardons as a way to shield loyalists from legal accountability and dismantle investigations into his conduct. Trump's pardon strategy may also include efforts to undermine ongoing investigations by appointing loyalists to key Justice Department positions. These moves would likely spark immediate legal challenges, with critics arguing that Trump is abusing his executive powers to obstruct justice. Courts may be called upon to intervene, but the timeline for such rulings could extend well beyond January 20th, allowing Trump to consolidate power and reshape the legal landscape. Meanwhile, the 11th Circuit, led by Chief Judge William Pryor, a conservative but respected jurist, faces intense pressure to deliver a ruling before Inauguration Day. Pryor's court is expected to prioritize the case, recognizing its far-reaching implications for the judiciary and the rule of law. If the 11th Circuit rules in favor of Jack Smith, it would affirm the constitutionality of special counsels and rebuke Judge Cannon's interpretation, potentially setting a precedent that protects future investigations from similar challenges. The coming weeks promise a flurry of legal activity as courts rush to issue rulings, prosecutors prepare for potential disruptions, and Trump positions himself to rewrite the legal framework if reelected. The outcome of this battle will not only shape Trump's political future, but also test the resilience of America's judicial system. Observers are also watching for developments in related cases, including efforts to hold Trump accountable for his role in the January 6th insurrection. Prosecutors may pursue additional charges or seek expedited rulings to prevent Trump from using pardons as a shield. At the same time, civil lawsuits and state-level investigations continue to pose financial and legal threats to Trump's business empire. For Americans concerned about the integrity of the legal system, the stakes could not be higher. The battle between Jack Smith and Donald Trump exemplifies the broader struggle between accountability and impunity in American politics. As courts, prosecutors, and lawmakers navigate this complex landscape, the outcome will set a precedent for how the nation addresses presidential misconduct and upholds the rule of law. The coming months will reveal whether Trump's legal troubles derail his ambitions or whether he succeeds in using the presidency to erase them. Regardless of the outcome, this unprecedented legal and political showdown underscores the importance of independent media, vigilant oversight, and public engagement in safeguarding democracy.